All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're looking at a deeply chilling urban legend that has completely hijacked the gaming community lately. It centers around a seemingly ordinary online survival game called Eclipse Protocol. Now, for years, this game was a known quantity, right? Thousands of players had scoured literally every inch of the map, beaten every challenge, and completely strip-mined the code for secrets. But a few days ago, a gamer stumbled onto something that shouldn't even be possible. We're going to break down the timeline, the data, and this deeply unsettling sequence of events that turned a standard late-night gaming session into absolute nightmare fuel. So a player named Ryan was just scrolling through the very bottom of his achievement list when he spots this impossible entry, an achievement titled The Final Observer, sitting right there at a 0.00000% unlock rate. Literally nobody had ever seen it before. And the description? Just one eerie sentence. Stay online after everyone else leaves. When Ryan posted screenshots of this online, the community totally brushed it off. You know, people said, oh, it's just cut content or it's a forgotten dev joke. But for Ryan, this sparked a massive obsession. And that obsession took hold fast. The very next weekend, Ryan decides, you know what? I'm gonna be the one to unlock this. For 6 straight hours, he plays the survival game completely normally. But as midnight creeps in, the whole vibe of the game starts to shift. The server, which usually bustles with thousands of people surviving and fighting, starts to slowly empty out. So Ryan stops playing the actual game, and instead, he starts playing the waiting game. The player count drops to 500. Now, this is just your standard late-night attrition, right? People are going to sleep, logging off for the night. But Ryan is just glued to the server list, watching those numbers tick down with this really intense focus. Then down to 200. At this point, the massive, sprawling digital world of Eclipse Protocol is starting to feel noticeably empty. Bases are abandoned, the in-game chat slows to a crawl. The game world is getting uncomfortably quiet. 50 players left. The silence in the game is actually starting to feel heavy now. Ryan isn't gathering resources or exploring anymore. He's just standing there, staring at the player list with this relentless, almost unhealthy obsession as the night gets deeper and darker, down to 20. These are the absolute night owls, the hardcore players who refuse to quit. But slowly, one by one, even they start giving in to the late hour and disconnecting. Just 5. Man, the tension here is just palpable. Ryan is now one of only 5 people remaining in this colossal digital landscape. Every single time a name vanishes from that list, his heart beats just a little bit faster. He is so incredibly close to proving the entire community wrong. 4 players. Ryan doesn't even dare move his character. His hands are literally locked in a death grip on his controller. He's just watching the screen, barely even breathing as the anticipation just gnaws at him. 3. The map is practically a ghost town now. That usual thrill of the game is totally gone, completely replaced by this deep, suffocating isolation. It's really starting to creep him out. 2. Now it's a digital standoff. It's just Ryan and one other anonymous player somewhere out there in the dark, empty map. Ryan is just sitting there, literally praying the other guy's internet drops or he finally decides to go to bed. Until finally, the last name disappears. Ryan checks the list again, just to be absolutely sure. It's just his name. He is the absolute last person remaining online in the dead of night. The server is completely, entirely his. At first, there's nothing. Just the howling digital wind of the game's ambient audio. Total dead silence. Ryan is staring at the screen, and this creeping dread is starting to mix with his excitement. Like, was this all just a massive hoax? But then, a notification pops up on his screen. Achievement progress, 99%. Ryan smiles. His crazy obsession is about to pay off. It's real, and he's actually going to be the first person to unlock it. But right as he thinks he's won, the server list updates. A completely unknown, totally ominous user suddenly joins the empty server. The username is just Observer. Ryan has never seen that username before. He frantically types hello in the chat. Dead silence. No response. The player count just sits there at 2. Ryan starts frantically running his character around the empty map, looking for any sign of this mysterious new player. Nothing. He finds absolutely no one. Then, boom, another message hits the screen. Achievement progress, 100%. Achievement unlocked, the final observer. And out of nowhere, right in front of Ryan's character, this hidden door materializes and slowly creaks open into the pitch black. This brings us to the next part of the story, the hidden room. Ryan carefully moves his character inside, and the terrifying emptiness of this hidden room hits him instantly. It is this sterile, claustrophobic box. No game assets, no textures, just a dead, oppressive silence. Literally the only object in the entire room is a solitary, low-resolution computer monitor sitting right on the floor, casting this sickly, pale light into the digital dark. He walks his character right up to it. As his character gets close, words actually appear on that glowing in-game screen. The exact, chilling words. "Thank you for staying." Ryan physically freezes in his chair. The game actually knew he had waited out the server. It was speaking directly to his 6-hour obsession. But trust me, the true horror hasn't even started yet. Right after that message pops up, the in-game monitor suddenly switches. It stops showing text and it starts playing a video. A live video feed. And it isn't filming something inside the game. It is a live feed of Ryan's actual real-world bedroom. Ryan is just staring at his screen in absolute sickening disbelief because the camera angle, it's impossible. It's filming him from behind, showing the exact back of his own head as he sits frozen at his desk. Now for the aftermath, the lingering legend. A sudden, visceral chill hits him, and Ryan literally spins around in his chair, looking behind him into the dark corners of his bedroom. But there's nobody there. It's completely empty. Terrified, he looks back at the game. The monitor in that hidden room has gone totally black, and when he checks the player list, the observer account has vanished without a trace. He's completely alone again. He uploads the footage the very next day, of course, racking up millions of views and sending absolute shockwaves through the community. But the official response from the developers of Eclipse Protocol? A categorical denial. They claim they investigated the code and the achievement never existed. The hidden sterile room never existed, and their server logs showed that no account by the name of Observer had ever been registered in the entire history of the game. So the internet is fiercely divided. Was this just the most perfectly executed video editing hoax in gaming history, or did Ryan stumble into something far, far more sinister buried deep in those servers? But the reason this legend absolutely refuses to die is because of what keeps happening today. Every few months, other players report this sudden jolt of pure dread when they're scrolling through their menus late at night. They describe catching a fleeting glimpse of that exact same achievement popping up at the very bottom of their list. It's always the same, the final observer. Stay online after everyone else leaves. They freeze, their blood runs cold, they blink, and it's gone. And so far, nobody has unlocked it twice. Which leaves us with one final, incredibly haunting thought for this explainer. Look, we all love to dig into the data, right? We love understanding the mechanics of these digital worlds we spend so much time in. But sometimes, there are anomalies that just completely defy explanation. Anomalies that seem to look right back at you. So, the next time you find yourself alone in a late-night lobby, just watching that player count slowly tick down to 0, if you saw that achievement appear at the bottom of your screen, would you stay online?